you also, right? You don't do the chapters again. See, we are doing the EDEXCEL chemistry, and that is paper number 1 of 2018. In this question, we have to link sustainability over here, right? That's very important. What they're talking about sustainability. What do you mean by this word called as sustainability? Sustainability is doing something, whatever you're doing something, anything should not harm the future generation. Is it clear to you? Where did
Yeah.
this question come from? That alternative method, how did it come from? That you have to see, right? The main
Yeah.
important thing we have to see that whenever we are seeing that the alternative method means what, we have to make sure that the ores which are low grade ore, can you just change the screen please, which are low grade ores, right? Which are low grade ores. Can you bring that bigger screen to that question paper? Yes. When you are using the low grade ores, right, this is the alternative method you have to find, right? Why? Because everybody is using high grade ore, right? Everybody is
Yeah.
using high grade ore, right? And do you know what, the ore, right, the quantity of the ore, suppose copper ore is fixed, right? It is not
Mhm.
increasing, right, or decrease. It is fixed. So if you
Yeah.
mine the high grade ore, will the future generation get the ore? They won't get, right, isn't it? So
No.
this is called as unsustainable, non-sustainable way. We are mining high grade ore because all the businesses houses, they're up for profit, right? This is a little bit gist I'm telling of the chapter. What is there? So that's the reason we have to use low grade ore, which nobody is using, right? Because low grade ore is not profitable, right? You cannot
Yeah.
mine in a so-called so the usual way, industrial way. So there are two methods by we can do it, right? First method is that we grow plants, right? That is called as phytoextraction, and the plants will be taking up the copper ions, right? When the plant
Yeah.
sufficiently grows, we cut the plant, right? And
Mhm.
we burn it. Why burn it? Because all the carbon will be getting converted to carbon dioxide, right? Isn't it? Plants have
Yeah.
got what? Cellulose, C6H12O6 plus O2 gives you CO2 plus H2O, right? Plus
Yeah.
energy. What is remaining? Copper CO2 plus, right? Is remaining, right?
Mhm.
So what we do, we take the ash, we dissolve in sulfuric acid, right? Once we dissolve in sulfuric acid, what we get? We get copper sulfate, right? Now, this is the
Yeah.
most best sustainable way by which we can use the low grade ore. Then after this, our work is not done, right? What we do, we take this ash, and we can go for two processes. See, we have to use cheaper processes, right? Which is sustainable, right? See, scrap
Yeah.
iron we use, right? See, this is interesting, right? Scrap iron. We take the copper sulfate and we put it into scrap iron, right? Waste iron, right? See, we are using it. So what happens? Iron plus copper sulfate will be giving you iron plus iron sulfate plus copper, right? So iron will be displacing copper, and see, we are getting this, right? Isn't it? This
Yeah.
copper, right? This copper, we are doing what? Next step is what? Next step is that we can purify this ore by a process of electrolysis, right? Isn't it? Do you
Yeah.
get this thing? So this is
Mhm.
this is the best way by which we can sustainably extract copper by using the so-called low grade ore, which no
Mhm.
one uses, right? And thus the high grade ore can be used by a future generation, right?
Mhm.
Right, Abdul?
Yeah.
So this is very important topic of sustainability, right? You have got wastewater; those parts also will be tested, and lots of marks can be got. Anyways, I'm
Mhm.
just pausing the video. Okay, now go to the next question.